I wanted to know how long and what it would take to become a full-time reseller. A reseller is someone who buys items for cheap and then sells them items for a high price, making a profit. Most of this is done by finding items at places like car boot sales, charity shops and auctions, and then selling them on online selling platforms like eBay. It's something me and my wife both have a big interest in, and it's something we have tried a little in the past, but something we never took too seriously. Plus, we just didn't have the storage for it. However, at the end of 2023, we bought a house that has a garage, which definitely needs a clear out. We've watched countless hours of YouTube videos of resellers, and as I said earlier, it's something that we have tried in the past, but with this being said, we still have a very basic knowledge of it. So that's the second fake item that I've bought. We will document everything we can in growing our business, from every purchase and sale that we make to something as trivial as how good my morning coffee is. Oh, that's lovely. We are two people starting from absolute scratch with very little knowledge on reselling, hoping to make it our full-time job. Right, so this is day one of reselling. We're actually going over to Wales today because I've still got a full-time job that I've got to commit to, but the job does consist of driving around to different places and towns, which is actually quite good for this, for wanting to resell, because I get to see loads of different charity shops, and that's what we're hoping for today. So let's get to Wales and see what charity shops we can find. As we head over to Wales, I just want to apologise for being an absolute amateur at shooting videos, because I shot all of my videos in vertical form. As soon as I started editing, I'd realised what I'd done, so after week one, going into week two, all videos should be shot in horizontal. It's just something we're going to have to put up with for this first video. But day one was actually a pretty successful day. Well, I think so anyway. I picked up 5 items, and there was 5 decent items as well, so let's get into what I actually picked up. The very first item that I picked up for our reselling journey was a pair of regatta walking / hiking boots. They were in really good condition, just needed a wipe down and it was good to go. We only paid £5 for these. They were listed for £32.99. However, I'm not actually going to count any of the money until things are actually sold. So for now, that's minus £5. The second item that we picked up were a pair of Levi's. I was really happy when I saw these because I knew that they sell well and that they sell pretty quick. They was only priced at £4 and I listed these for £29.99. So after buying the boots and the pair of Levi's from the first charity shop, I then went into the second one, which is on the same high street, and I found another pair of Levi's and I couldn't believe it. These ones were black, they were slightly washed out, so they only listed these at £25. But again, these only cost me £4. Next up was a candelabra. This actually had 2 prices on it in the shop, £15 on the bottom and £5 on the top. I did mention it to the cashier who let me just have it for £5, which was a good job because otherwise I would have just put it back. There's tons of these on eBay for so many different prices. However, I did find the exact same one which sold for £50. Mine was in slightly worse condition, so I've only listed it for £42. I'm not too confident that this will sell, however, but I can always lower the price. And lastly for day one was a golf jersey, 100% cotton. This was only £3 and I just thought I'd try my luck on it. I've absolutely no idea what they actually sell for. There's not much else like it on eBay, so I've just listed it at £19.99. But again, I'm not really holding my breath. After day one, I was feeling really good, picking up 5 items and 5 pretty decent items, but it didn't last long because for the rest of the week, I didn't actually find much. On day 2, 3 and 4, I found absolutely nothing, and then on day 5, which was a Friday, I was over in Wigan for work and I managed to pick up 2 items, a beer bucket for £2, which I listed for £19.99, and a sealed Wii game, which was only 35p, and I spent 3 hours, by the way, just wandering around different charity shops, but I just couldn't find anything. So from day 2 to 5, I'd wandered around different shops from somewhere around 8 hours to only find 2 things, so I wasn't feeling too positive. But on Saturday, we had a bit of luck. Our first item sold, and not just 1 item but 2, the beige Levi jeans and the regatta walking boots. This lifted our spirits, our first sale, and 2 on the same day. We did accept an offer on both of them, however. We accepted an offer at £25 for the Levi jeans and an offer of £27 for the regatta walking boots. But it was just nice to get some money back in the pot. So after the eBay fees and postage, we're looking at a profit of £38 for both items. We did sell the regatta walking boots on Vinted, which we didn't know you're actually not allowed to do if you're a business, but we're not technically a business yet, so I think we'll be fine. We were excited for the weekend because it was bank holiday weekend, which meant car boots. The first car boot we was going to was on Saturday, so we went to bed early on the Friday night, ready for the next day. We woke up late. The car boot that we was going to was an indoor car boot over in St Helens. We have never been to this before, so we didn't know what it would be like. It turned out to be quite small, so because we woke up late, which we have since realised that you need to be at a car boot for like 5 o'clock in the morning, there wasn't much left. However, we did find a few things. A Thomas the Tank Engine book set, which I counted all 65 books, and they were indeed there. My wife picked up 2 mugs, a box Disney mug from The Nightmare Before Christmas and a Harry Potter mug. The books costing just £5, the box Disney mug costing £2, and the Harry Potter mug costing 50p. So after the car boot, we went over into St Helens Town Centre to see if we could find anything in the charity shops, as we didn't get much from the car boot. I only managed to pick up one item, however, and it's a weird one. Well, I think it is at least. It's a pair of Adidas diesel jeans. They just caught my eye as I was going through the clothes rack because it had 2 brands on them. I thought they were fake. But when I went on eBay, it turns out that they're not, and they're selling for around £40 to £50. It was like a one-off thing. Mine ain't in the best condition, so I've listed them for $35.99. Not sure if they'll sell at that, but I can bring them down. But yeah, they only cost me £2. I was going to leave them because I just was so unsure. But yeah, at £2, I just thought I'll pick them up and look into them when I get home. And it turns out, well, hopefully it will turn out to be worth it. It was Sunday, which meant it was time for another car boot, and it was going to be a big one because it was Easter Sunday. We woke up late. Again. Surprise, surprise, there wasn't much left by the time that we got there. I also didn't get any footage because we was in such a rush. I don't even know how we managed to be late all the time when we have a 1-year-old as an alarm clock. Anyway, the boot sale was absolutely rammed. It was Bolton Car Boot, quite a famous one, I think. After waking up late, travelling there and barging past people for what felt like hours and not being able to find anything, I became desperate. I don't know why, but I didn't want to go home empty-handed, which I now wish I did. In my tunnel vision of just wanting to pick anything up, I was walking past a stall of 2 old ladies, posh ones too. Well, at least I think they were because of their accents. Put it one way, they weren't from Bolton. They had a stall full of random things, and one of those things was a pair of Dior trainers, which I've never seen before. So I did a quick Google and eBay and saw that they sell for around £200 to £500. Saying this now out loud, it's obvious that they was fake, but they were 2 old posh ladies, so I just didn't even question it. Anyway, I paid £15 for them, walking away feeling very happy with myself. I then walked over to another stall which had some clothing on it, and it had a Stone Island t-shirt, a blue one that looked pretty old. I didn't even consider that this one could be fake, to be honest, because it just looked old. And because I'm new to this, I didn't know that they had a tag inside that you can scan to see if they're genuine. I only found this out when I got home, when my wife did, and my wife scanned it, and it turns out they're not genuine. Luckily, I only paid £4 for this. So in week 1, we picked up 11 items, 13 if you include the fakes. On the 11 items, we spent £32.85. We sold 2 items, which after fees gave us £38. So after week 1, we are £5.15 in profit, which doesn't actually sound that good, but it is only 2 sales. What I've learned from week 1 of reselling, I can't just focus on charity shops and car boot sales, as charity shops just seem so unreliable. I feel I need another way to source items. Also, I need to get up early for the car boots. Also, not buying fake items. That would also help. This is the first of many videos. I'll be posting videos of our entire reselling journey. I'm making these videos hoping to learn from them. If you've made it this far, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.